I taught him everything he knows. I mean, he was my protege. He started off here as a temp. I took him under my wing. I showed him the ropes. Anyways, he's moved on up, and I just want to take all of the credit for it.
We've got a huge event tomorrow, which is going to be a hoot. It's the 50th anniversary of the San Francisco Mime Troupe, a legendary, activist, artistic, performative, political organization. So there's a lot of buzz about this event. Their party is being hosted by us tomorrow night. So I'm kind of trying to herd cats and make sure the place doesn't burn down.
He associates me with Ugly Betty, and that kind of translates into him being like, Ugly Betty wouldn't do that. Ugly Betty would do it better. Ugly Betty would have more people at the party. Ugly Betty would have taken better notes. Ugly Betty this, Ugly Betty that, Ugly Betty this, Ugly Betty that. Oh!
Ugly Betty is the model for any associate or assistant anyone can have. What's to explain? How do you think Ugly Betty would do this differently?
I think Ugly Betty, let's see, what would she do? She'd probably have extra butt plugs on hand, just in case.
My God, the foul mouth bullshit.
But other than that, I think Ugly Betty can suck it. And I think Ugly Betty is dead to me.
I ain't no Ugly Betty. I'm Pretty Betty. My boss, Joel Barakiel Tan, is, how do I put this, unhealthily obsessed with numbers of people attending his events. It's borderline insanity.
Prepared?
I'm as prepared as we can be. I mean, I have volunteers. I have, you know, as many people as I could wrangle. Well, as of this morning, Daniel said 950, so then there's this many more. 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, looks like an extra 100.
All right.
Okay.
No. I thought we'd have more than that. Of course, as the primary producer of it, I'm always afraid that no one's going to show up. Having had a really successful inaugural Big Idea Night, where about 3,000 people showed up, it kind of set the bar. It's empty. It's empty. It's a nice feeling in there.
Yeah, I know.
Next on YBCA Inside Out.
He's been known to cure narcolepsy just by walking into a room. His organ donation card also lists his beard. He's a lover, not a fighter. But he's also a fighter, so don't get any ideas. He is the most interesting man in the world.
So if for some reason you are not completely sick of Nick Collin, you now have 3 other choices to learn more about me.